You have a war going on right now. Not out there, not in the economy, not in your relationships, not in your environment. The real war, it's inside your head. Every single day you wake up to a battle between the strongest version of yourself and the version that wants to stay comfortable, that wants to take the easy way out, that wants to settle. This war doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care where you come from. It doesn't care how much talent you have, how many resources you have, or what advantages or disadvantages you were born with. It only cares about one thing. Who is going to win? The part of you that is disciplined, focused, powerful, or the part of you that makes excuses, procrastinates, and gives in to fear? Because let me tell you something. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your greatest enemy. If you don't learn how to control it, if you don't learn how to master it, it will control you. It will keep you stuck in patterns of mediocrity, self-doubt, and weakness. But if you do, if you step up, take charge, and declare war on every limiting belief, every excuse, every fear, then nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop you. And the first battle you must win, eliminate excuses. Destroy doubt. Doubt is a silent assassin. It doesn't kick down your door. It doesn't announce itself with a roar. It sneaks in like a whisper, a tiny hesitation, a moment of uncertainty that grows into an anchor holding you back. It tells you that you're not ready, that you're not good enough, that someone else is more qualified, more talented, more prepared. And every time you listen to it, you give it power. Understand this, doubt is not reality. Doubt is a conditioned response. It's something you've picked up over the years from failures, from criticism, from society telling you to be realistic. It's a habit, a mental loop that plays on repeat until you decide to break it. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's not something gifted to a lucky few. It's something you build through action. Look at any great leader, any world-class athlete, any successful entrepreneur. Were they confident when they started? Absolutely not. They were filled with doubt just like you. The difference? They acted anyway. Most people wait to feel confident before they take action. That's the mistake. Confidence is not the cause of action, it's the result of it. The only way to silence doubt is by proving it wrong, over and over again. You don't think you're good enough? Take the first step and show yourself otherwise. You don't think you're ready? Start before you're ready. Every time you push forward despite doubt, you weaken its grip on you. The mind is like a muscle. If you constantly feed it doubt, it will believe doubt. If you constantly feed it action, success, and proof that you can do hard things, it will believe in you. You have to rewire your brain. Catch yourself when doubt creeps in. Challenge it. Ask yourself, is this doubt based on fact, or is it just fear trying to disguise itself as logic? More often than not, it's just fear. Think about the people you admire, the people who have accomplished incredible things. They are not different from you. They were not handed confidence on a silver platter. They fought the same battle you're fighting right now. They had moments where they doubted themselves, where they wanted to quit, where they felt like frauds, but they pushed through it. And because they did, they built unshakable confidence. You are training your mind every single day. Every time you let doubt win, you reinforce weakness. Every time you take action despite doubt, you reinforce strength. Which one do you want to build? The power is in your hands. You don't need to feel confident to take the first step. You just need to move. Crush comfort. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It feels good, it feels safe, but it is the single biggest reason most people never reach their full potential. The mind is wired for survival, not success. It wants to keep you in a state of ease, where there's no risk, no challenge, no possibility of failure. And that's exactly why comfort is so dangerous. When you stay comfortable, you stop growing. You start settling. You justify it by telling yourself things are fine. But fine is the enemy of great. Fine is where dreams go to die. Every person who has ever done something extraordinary had to make a decision to reject comfort and embrace the challenge. Success is built in the moments when you push yourself past what's easy, past what feels good, past what's convenient. Your body doesn't get stronger by lifting light weights. It gets stronger by lifting heavy, by struggling, by tearing down muscle fibers so they rebuild tougher. Your mind works the same way. You don't build mental toughness by taking the easy route. You build it by doing what's hard, by embracing discomfort, by proving to yourself that you can handle it. Think about the times in your life when you felt the most alive, the most proud, the most unstoppable. Were those moments when you were sitting in comfort? Or were they when you were pushing through something difficult, something that forced you to level up? The greatest version of you does not exist in your comfort zone. It exists on the other side of discomfort, in the fire, in the struggle, in the relentless pursuit of something bigger than you. Most people avoid discomfort because they associate it with pain. But pain is not the enemy. Pain is the price of growth. If you're not willing to experience discomfort, you're not willing to grow. If you're not willing to struggle, you're not willing to succeed. Look at the most successful people in any field. They are the ones who chose to do what others were unwilling to do. They woke up earlier. They worked harder. They made sacrifices. They embraced discomfort because they knew that comfort leads to mediocrity. You have to rewire your mindset. Instead of running from discomfort, chase it. Instead of avoiding challenge, seek it. Every time you step into discomfort, you become stronger. Every time you push past what's easy, you expand your capacity for success. The real battle is between who you are and who you can become. And the only way to close that gap is by destroying doubt and crushing comfort. Eliminate excuses. Excuses are the stories we tell ourselves to justify staying the same. They sound logical, they sound reasonable, but they are the chains that keep us from moving forward. Every time you make an excuse, you are giving yourself permission to stay stuck. You are handing your power over to circumstances instead of taking control of your life. The truth is, no one cares about your excuses. The world rewards results, not reasons. Success does not come to those who justify why they can't. Excuses are nothing more than a way to protect yourself from the temporary discomfort of effort, but that protection comes at the cost of your potential. Time and time again, people who achieve massive success have had every reason to make excuses. They had obstacles, they had disadvantages, they had hardships, but they made a decision. They refused to let those things define them. They took responsibility. They found a way. They stopped letting excuses run their lives and they started running their own. Excuses keep you comfortable and comfort keeps you weak. They tell you, you don't have enough time, you don't have enough resources, you don't have the right background. But there is always someone out there with less than you, facing more than you, who is still making it happen. The difference? They focus on solutions, not excuses. The only way to eliminate excuses is to change your mindset. Instead of saying, I don't have time, say, how can I make time? Instead of saying, I don't know how, say, how can I learn? Instead of saying, I don't have the right connections, say, how can I build them? Your brain is a problem-solving machine. The moment you stop feeding it excuses and start feeding it questions, it will go to work finding solutions. But if you constantly give yourself an out, if you constantly justify why you can't, your brain will never search for a way forward. Excuses are the easy road. They require no effort, no risk, no challenge, but they also guarantee one thing: you will stay exactly where you are. If you're okay with that, keep making excuses. But if you want to change, if you want to grow, if you want to create something extraordinary, then you have to declare war on excuses. You have to take radical responsibility. You have to accept that no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success, and no one is going to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. It's not about fairness. It's not about luck. It's about deciding that no excuse is worth more than your dreams. Success is not reserved for those who have perfect circumstances. It is reserved for those who refuse to be limited by their circumstances. Second, be cool. Well, before you take a shower in the morning, be cool. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to stop giving yourself permission to settle? Are you willing to eliminate every excuse and take full ownership of your life? Break fear. Fear is the ultimate illusion. It feels real, it grips your chest, clouds your mind, and paralyzes your actions. But here's the truth. Fear is just a projection of what might happen, not what will happen. It is nothing more than your brain trying to keep you safe, but in doing so, it keeps you small. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is a compass. It is pointing you directly toward the thing you need to do most. Every time you feel fear, it is a signal that you are standing at the edge of growth. The question is, will you run from it or will you face it head on? The most successful people in the world are not fearless. They feel fear just like you do, but they do not let it control them. They have trained themselves to act in spite of it. They have learned that fear is just an emotion, not a stop sign. It is a test. And the only way to pass that test is to take action. Your mind will always default to worst case scenarios. It will tell you that if you take the risk, you will fail. If you put yourself out there, you will be judged. If you step outside your comfort zone, you will suffer. But 99% of the things you fear will never actually happen. Think about all the times in your life when fear stopped you. When you wanted to speak up, but didn't. When you wanted to take the opportunity but hesitated. When you wanted to start but talked yourself out of it. How much time have you lost to fear? How many chances have you let slip by? The only way to break fear is to prove to yourself that it has no power. Every time you act despite fear, you weaken it. Every time you step into the unknown, you become stronger. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is taking action in the presence of it. You will never be ready. You will never have perfect conditions. You will never have a guarantee, but you don't need one. You just need to decide that fear will not run your life anymore. You need to realize that fear is temporary, but regret is permanent. The pain of facing fear lasts a moment. The pain of letting fear win lasts a lifetime. The people who break through in life are not the ones who never feel afraid. They are the ones who refuse to let fear make their decisions. They choose to move forward even when their hands are shaking, even when their heart is racing, even when their mind is screaming at them to stop. Fear is a liar. It tells you that you are not capable, not strong enough, not ready. But deep down, you know that's not true. You know there is more in you. You know that if you push through the fear, you will come out the other side stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever before. Most people let fear run their entire lives. They let it dictate their choices, their opportunities, and their future. But you don't have to be like most people. You have a choice. You can either let fear own you, or you can own fear. The real battle is not against fear itself, but against the habit of giving into it. Every time you break fear, every time you take action in spite of it, you rewire your mind for courage. And courage, once built, will take you anywhere you want to go. Defeat procrastination. Procrastination is the silent thief of dreams. It disguises itself as logic, convincing you that you'll start tomorrow, that you'll take action when you feel more prepared, when the timing is better, when circumstances align. But tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year, and before you know it, the opportunity is gone. Procrastination is not a time management issue, it's a mindset issue. It's fear in disguise, fear of imperfection, fear of stepping into the unknown. Your brain tricks you into thinking that delaying action is safer, but in reality, every time you procrastinate, you strengthen the habit of inaction. Success is built on momentum, and the only way to create it is by moving. The perfect time will never come. Waiting for motivation is a losing game because motivation is fleeting. You don't need motivation to start, you need discipline. Take the first step, no matter how small, and let action create momentum. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. The battle against procrastination is won by making a decision right now, in this moment, to stop waiting and start executing. Silence negative self-talk. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have, but for most people, it's also the most dangerous weapon working against them. The voice in your head that tells you you're going to good enough, that you're going to fail, that you're not worthy, it's a liar. But if you listen to it long enough, you start to believe it. Negative self-talk is the root of self-doubt, and every time you let it go unchecked, you reinforce a mindset of limitation. Your brain believes what you repeatedly tell it. If you constantly feed it negativity, insecurity, and fear, that becomes your reality. But the opposite is also true. If you train your mind to speak power into your life, to see challenges as opportunities, to replace self-doubt with self-belief, you rewire your entire mindset. You have to become the guardian of your thoughts. Every time a negative thought enters your mind, stop it in its tracks. Replace it with something stronger. Instead of saying, I can't, say, I'm not ready. Say, I am prepared to learn. The words you speak to yourself create the foundation of your success or failure. If you wouldn't say it to someone you love, don't say it to yourself. Train your mind to be your greatest ally, not your worst enemy. Kill weakness with discipline. Weakness is not something you are born with, it is something you allow. It is the result of repeated compromises, small indulgences, and giving in to the temptation of ease. It starts as a whisper, a little voice telling you, take a break, you deserve it. It convinces you that skipping one workout won't matter, that snoozing the alarm is no big deal, that waiting another day to start won't make a difference. But weakness is not built in a single moment, it is built through repetition. Every time you choose the easy path, you reinforce the habit of quitting. Every time you let discipline slip, you strengthen the part of you that settles. Discipline is the only antidote to weakness. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline is not about motivation because motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind. If you rely on motivation, you will fail because there will be days when you don't feel like working, when you don't feel like pushing, when you don't feel like showing up. But discipline doesn't care about feelings. Discipline does what needs to be done regardless of the circumstances. The strongest people in the world are not the ones who always feel inspired. They are the ones who have trained themselves to take action no matter what. They wake up early even when they're tired. They put in the work even when they don't feel like it. They do what's necessary, not what's easy. They understand that discipline is freedom because when you have discipline, you control your life. You are not a slave to emotions, to excuses, or to distractions. You are the master of your actions, and because of that, you control your future. Most people lose the battle because they negotiate with themselves. They allow room for weakness to creep in. They say things like, just this once, or I'll start tomorrow. But discipline does not negotiate. Discipline does not compromise. Discipline is the ability to make a decision and stick to it no matter what. When you commit to something, you do it. Not because you feel like it, not because it's convenient, but because you said you would. Every time you choose discipline over weakness, you strengthen the part of you that is unstoppable. You build mental toughness. You develop the ability to push through resistance, to overcome obstacles, to endure hardship without breaking. Discipline is the foundation of every great achievement. No one succeeds without it. No one builds anything extraordinary by taking the easy road. Weakness makes excuses. Discipline makes progress. Weakness looks for comfort. Discipline seeks challenge. Weakness waits for the right moment. Discipline creates the right moment. The difference between success and failure is not talent, luck, or opportunity. It is discipline. It is the ability to stay committed long after the excitement has worn off. Your habits determine your future. Every action you take, every choice you make is either moving you closer to your goals or further away. There is no neutral ground. You are either strengthening your discipline or strengthening your weakness. And every time you let yourself slip, every time you allow yourself to take the easy way out, you make it harder to get back on track. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. But if you neglect it, it withers away. You have to train it daily. You have to push yourself beyond what's comfortable. You have to set standards for yourself and refuse to lower them. You have to create non-negotiables. Things you do, no matter whether it's waking up at a certain time, working out daily, reading, practicing your craft, whatever it is, you commit to it and you execute no matter how you feel. Most people fail because they rely on willpower alone. But willpower is like a battery. It drains over time. Discipline, on the other hand, is a system. It is a lifestyle. It is a set of rules you create for yourself that eliminate the need for decision making. When you have discipline, you don't waste time debating whether or not to take action. You don't wake up wondering if you should work out. You just do it. You don't sit around thinking about whether you should pursue your goals. You execute. The greatest enemy of discipline is distraction. In today's world, everything is designed to pull you away from focus. Social media, entertainment, notifications, endless scrolling, these are all weapons used against your success. They keep you weak by keeping you distracted. They steal your time, your energy, and your momentum. If you want to develop unshakable discipline, you must take control of your environment. Eliminate distractions. Set clear priorities. Make your success non-negotiable. People say they want success, but their actions tell a different story. They say they want to be great, but they waste hours on meaningless activities. They say they want to be disciplined, but they keep giving in to temptation. The truth is, you don't get what you want, you get what you tolerate. If you tolerate weakness, you will remain weak. If you tolerate laziness, you will remain average. If you tolerate distractions, you will never reach your full potential. Look at the most disciplined people in the world, athletes, military leaders, high achievers in every field. They do not tolerate weakness in themselves. They hold themselves to the highest standard. They push themselves beyond limits. They understand that discipline is not something you turn on and off. It is who you are. The question is, who are you going to be? Are you going to be the person who lets excuses, distractions, and weakness dictate your life? Or are you going to be the person who commits, who executes, who shows up every day and does what needs to be done no matter what? Discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you build. It is the result of daily choices, of consistently choosing strength over weakness, action over hesitation, progress over stagnation. It is the ability to look at your goals and say, nothing will stop me. Because the truth is, nothing can stop you. Accept you. No more excuses, no more waiting, no more negotiating with yourself. You have everything you need right now to take control of your mind, your habits, your life. The only question is, will you? Because discipline is not a feeling, strength is not a gift, success is not a mystery, it's a decision. And you've got to decide right now that you will not let weakness win, that you will wake up every day ready to fight for the life you want, that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times you fall, you will rise and you will push forward. The battle is yours to win. The time is now. No one is coming to save you. You are the hero of your own story. If this message fired you up, if you're ready to take action, make sure you subscribe to Tony Robbins' Track for more content that will push you to be the best version of yourself. But don't just listen, execute.